Good morning and welcome to Activities for People Living at Home with Dementia. Dementia Friendly Fort Worth is proud to offer this program, and we are honored that the UNT Health Science Center is helping provide funds for this program. The slide on your screen just includes some details about the program, which you may already be aware of, but we do meet Monday through Friday. And the Zoom link for this meeting is enclosed on your screen, as well as my direct email address should you have any additional questions or need to contact me regarding problems with accessing the program. This is a Zoom recorded meeting so that we can post it for people to be able to use at other times besides when it's live. So if you do not wish to be recorded in the video, please keep your sound and your video muted. And today, we proudly present a painting program with Natasha Spencer, who is the Active Living Director at Riverside Inn at Fossil Creek Memory Care in North Fort Worth. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Natasha, and she's going to talk to us about painting. Natasha?
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I'm so proud to be here with you guys, and we're just going to do a little cotton swab painting. So you can get these from any dollar store. And let's see if you can see this. I'm not sure. How's that looking?
That's pretty good.
Okay. So these you can just get at Walmart, or you can, of course, order them online. And for the painting, we're going to use a single one, as well as we have a few in a rubber band. So you can just put a rubber band around a few. And this is cardstock, which you can also get at Walmart, or some dollar stores have it. So we're going to start our painting with a stem, because we're going to do a flower. So you just take the Q-tip on the paint. And the best thing about painting is art is subjective. So it doesn't have to be perfect. Just relax and have fun. And I'm not sure if you can see it, but this is what my stem is looking like so far. Try not to get it everywhere, but I always end up getting it everywhere. You can always cut on like your favorite tune and just relax and let your mind be at ease when you're painting. It's fun that way. Okay. So I'm not sure if you guys can see. See, it's not that pretty just yet, but don't worry, we'll get there. Okay. Now, this is when we're going to use our little bunches. So you take this. I've already dipped it once, but we're going to just lightly dip it. And we're going to start our flowers. And you just dab, 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 dab. And you can do any kind of design. You can do rainbows. You can even use cotton balls, which I have one here. You just would dab it in the paint, and you can make a bigger circle like that. But right now, I'm going to stick with this one. So far, this is what my flower is looking like. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. It's yellow, so the end process is going to be gorgeous. Alrighty, and now just because I've already dipped this one in blue, I'm going to use our cotton ball here. And again, all these things can be bought at the dollar store. And then this one's going to be blue. And just dab, 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 dab. And this is really fun to do along with music, because you can just dab along to the beat. And then that one, it makes like this type of design. So I'm not sure if you guys can see it.
That's really neat.
And, you know, you can, of course, continue on and just put your branches and put as many flowers. Rainbows are always really pretty to do as well, but I thought today I'll try a flower because I'm kind of a rainbow expert. That one's easy. There you go. I wish I would have brought some music for you guys to listen to while I work on that. And I'm back to the cotton ball. And just dab, 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 dab. And you can always add any type of like a stone or anything if you want to give it like a 3D effect. Or just anything you have around. It's a lot of different things you can paint with. And voila!
That's cool. I never thought about using Q-tips before.
Yeah, Q-tips is fun, and cotton balls is fun too. That's really fun.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna finish it up.
So Natasha, have you ever done any painting with fruit?
Painting with fruit. I have not, although I've seen the videos where you use the juice of the fruit, or sometimes you just cut like a strawberry and you can use the actual strawberry to make the paint. So, I mean, I probably won't be in any museums coming up, but this is my painting.
I like those techniques. I could see the folks here in Central Texas is really doing that and making bluebonnets.
Yeah, bluebonnets.
Yes, bluebonnets.
You could really do bluebonnets.
That would be so pretty. Alrighty. And as it dries, it's going to give it like a 3D, a fading effect to it. But that's what I have. That's my painting.
Ooh, I like the idea of it. It's something new to try.
Yes, definitely. And you want me to do another one? I could do a rainbow.
That would be great. Let's see your expertise with rainbows.
This one is better with the cotton ball, but I only brought one cotton ball. Unfortunately, I'm not in my office. But again, you just want to have fun, relax. Put too much pressure on yourself. Doesn't have to be that gorgeous. And the good thing about these is you can use them for more than one color because you can always flip it. Okay, this rainbow isn't that great, but it's because I don't have my cotton balls.
Can you lower your camera just a little bit?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh, I got it mixed up. Okay.
That's cool.
Well, of course, I have a lot of different colors, and I didn't put them all out. So it's not. Yeah, that one's not gonna work. Sorry, I wish I was in my office where I had more of my colors. But it's just the same thing. You would just shrink it all the way across, and you can cover your whole paper. So this is the beginning of my rainbow. And you can just add colors and make the sky behind it. Anything you can think of, you can make with just paint and cotton.
Cool. I like it.
The nice thing about the techniques you're showing with us is cleanup. You're not having to clean brushes
Yep,
and
you can just throw it
everything.
all out. You can
That's
throw
a
all
really
of it.
great point.
That was my first thought.
And you said that's not your office. You're going to be cleaning that desk because I saw where you turn the paper over. There's paint on the desk.
It'll come up. Oh yeah, it's coming up. It's coming up. So I better stop before I make more of a mess.
So, Natasha, thank you so much for demonstrating painting with some new tools that maybe some of us haven't used before. But talk a little bit about other types of painting that some of you may have done. So someone here might be a fantastic artist.
Okay. You want me to talk about the painting?
Sure.
So painting, we do it a lot of different ways. Of course we use the little cotton balls and clothespins and just do it that way. As well as you can always use like the water paints and the brushes. And usually you can find something on Google to be your inspiration and just kind of mimic it or have fun and make your own designs.
Okay. Any ideas from any of the rest of the group of what you might have done with painting in the past?
Well, one suggestion that I would have, and I used to always go to, I was a memory care director for quite a while, but I'm not anymore. But I would go to the dollar store and get shower curtain liners to cover the tables, or the cheap plastic cloths. You can buy them in a roll at the party stores even. But yeah, the shower curtain liners are good because you can just take them outside and hose them off.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Robbie, what kinds of painting have you done in the past?
Who is that directed at?
Robbie.
Okay. I got it.
Are you there?
Yes.
Are you there? I couldn't get my microphone back on. I took painting as a child, and my mom was a painter as well. I thought I would do this class because I would at least get an opportunity to see some new things to help her with. But an interesting thing happens with my mom, and she has dementia, is when she looks at it, helps her a lot to have a picture there to look at what you want them to paint versus just painting from your imagination. Although when I find that I put a picture out for her to paint, she paints a very abstract painting that doesn't really look like the picture, but she can't quite seem to get started without the picture. So I'm hoping that it's relaxing her versus causing some undue stress or something like that. Have you ever had that happen?
Natasha, do you want to answer?
Sometimes I do notice like they can get a little aggravated, but I think it's just like letting them know there's no expectation. Like art is art, just have fun with it. So the picture sometimes is a good thing, but sometimes it's intimidating. So maybe we can just have like, let's just do it to the music or get as close as we can to this. But I don't know. That's just what I do. We use pictures sometimes like for an inspiration, but I do notice that they try to get it exactly like the picture, and that's not what I do.
I see. Okay. All righty.
So another thing that we've done in our Fifth Street Cafe, which is our social club, that formerly met in person and now it meets by Zoom on Wednesdays, we did a painting activity in that meeting, and the presenter had a binder full of pictures, and she asked us to pick the animal that best described us and our personality.
Uh-huh.
And then we painted that, or then she would ask us to say, tell us why you picked that animal and why that animal's like you. So you can use pictures in lots of different ways for engaging the thought processes, but also seeing what they come up with, because sometimes, like you say, they try to make it exactly like that, and then sometimes the picture may be whatever that picture made them think of.
Uh-huh. Right.
But that's okay, because it, again, is an engaging activity to engage someone in an activity and some socialization.
Right. Well, I made the decision to put Mom in a facility while this COVID-19 thing was going on. Because I'm a sole caretaker and I can't take care of her 24/7 because I'm still working.
Right.
I can't protect her. And so I can't access her right now, which is heartbreaking. But how do you think you can do something like this? Like, I just can't figure out how to get her engaged, because they can't really engage her, they say, because they can't be around her. It's a kind of a catch-22 thing. Anyway, I'm trying to figure out how she can do these activities remotely.
Does she have a computer, or does the facility where she's at have computers?
No, she doesn't. I was just thinking that it would help them so much that they wouldn't have to, that she wouldn't have to rely on, she's bored to tears. She is just bored to tears, and I don't really know. I was thinking that I can get to her window, and I was thinking about, I don't know, they might they might string me up, is trying to get her some paint on the inside so that she could paint what I was painting on the outside, or something to that, but I just can't quite grasp my head around it.
Well, I think that's a great idea, and what I would do is reach out to the community and tell them what your idea is, and then if they agree, then you could drop off the supplies. Then you could go to her window and both of you could paint the same thing from both sides of the window.
Okay, all righty.
That's a great idea.
All right, thank you so much. This has been really nice, and I like the idea of using
Robbie,
different.
how did you hear about the program?
I came to the church for one of
Teepa Snow?
Yeah, Teepa Snow's. And then I ended up getting some information from Alzheimer's Association. And I don't exactly know. I think I added, your face looks very familiar, so I probably gave you my email somehow and you sent me this, and I'm very appreciative. I really am.
Okay. Well, I send out a daily update as a reminder that goes out early in the morning, like 7:45, 8 o'clock, just so it makes it easy to access the link to where we are and to remind everyone what the activity for today is.
I know it. This is great.
If the facility where your mom is at has the capability, they could actually set it up where she could watch the program from her room.
Oh.
And you could get on it separately, and then you both could be at the same activity, even though it's virtual. So you might inquire about that as well.
Okay, thank you so much. I
You're very
appreciate
welcome.
that.
I have a different kind of
Go ahead.
different kind of question.
Okay.
My husband used to paint. He painted with watercolors, and he has dementia. And he has stopped painting because he is early enough in the stages that he remembers what he's capable of doing, what he was capable of doing, and his current attempts seem like kindergarten work or something like that to him. So he's aware of his lost abilities, but I would love to find a way to encourage him to re-engage with that and accept his current abilities and enjoy the process. But I don't know how to go about starting that.
Well, I think one of the things that you could do is get the painting supplies out and attempt yourself, and that might encourage him to paint.
Possibly.
And again, with the disease process, that will change some, where he won't be as aware of what he used to be able to do. But just to get him engaged, you also might try looking for some books that are about painters and painting. If he still likes, does he still like to read?
Yes. Yes,
He still likes to read. Look for some books that are about artists and painting, and he might enjoy that aspect of it to fill the gap while he's still intimidated to paint because he thinks he can't do as well as he used to.
I have a suggestion.
Go ahead.
I'm not sure if I can speak or not. Is anybody hearing this?
Yes,
Yes.
we can hear you.
Okay. Alrighty, I have a suggestion about that because that kind of happened with my mom. And what you can do is you can do something like, since he's so critical of his own painting, you can get something like, a birdhouse or one of those wooden things from Michael's or Home, anything, and have him paint just the birdhouse, okay? Which won't be like a painting watercolor or whatever that he used to paint, but it still sparks his activity and his desire to paint, but then he's not criticizing himself because he's doing a totally different thing that doesn't require the knowledge that he had before.
That's a good idea.
That worked for my mom to get her kind of inspired about continuing to paint.
And Stephen, I think you had a comment as well.
Since he's early stages and he's painted before, one thing that I've seen is that people who have been artists are highly critical of themselves, like she said. So I kept two books. One was on Monet and one was on Matisse. And I would show them to them and show the progression in the water lilies or the bridges and say art changes. Monet had macular degeneration. He was going blind. So it was still his finest art. It just changed. And Matisse couldn't use a paintbrush, so he tore paper and did his artwork with paper. So, encouraging someone to become a new artist, a different artist, he might respond to that. Also, there's an incredible documentary. It's a few years old. Olivia de Havilland was the one that actually was the narrator. It's called "I Remember Better When I Paint." So I bought it through Amazon. You might be able to find it and watch it, and it'll give you an idea how to maybe get him started again. It's about an artist that has dementia that quit painting.
You can find some of the clips on YouTube.
Does it have clips on YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that's a great. It says my internet connection's unstable if I cut out, but yeah, I remember better when I paint, and it's Olivia de Havilland that narrates it, and it's really inspiring.
Cool. I will look that up.
It might give you some great ideas. You might be able to watch it like on Amazon Prime or something like that, where you just buy the video.
Thank you.
Anyway,
Those are great ideas, Stephen. Thanks for sharing.
But art does change. No artist paints the same way they did when they started. Picasso's early paintings were figurative and looked like any normal painting, and then became what he became. So,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Those are great points to make. So we've just about reached our time. I do want to ask, if you don't mind, if this is your first time joining our activity, if you would type your name and your zip code in the chat box. And if you haven't taken time already before we end the session, if you'll also complete the poll. If you don't see it, go down to the bottom of your screen and there should be an icon that if you click on it tells you about the poll. We're so glad that all of you have joined us today, and I want to share with you my screen again to show you our activity for our Monday program is Ageless Grace, which is a movement program where the participants stay seated and it's put to music, and it's very engaging, and this program happens every Monday at 10:30. And Van Jeffrey, who is the Vice President of Operations of Educate Training Institute, is our presenter for that program. So if your schedule allows, I hope you'll join us. All you need is a chair and your arms and your legs and your feet and your toes, and we get moving. And it really is a great way to just loosen your body up and get engaged for the morning. So we're excited that all of you are joining and hope that you'll be with us next week.